The main character seems okay.
Wim. Say his name.
His name is Wim. W-I-M. Which, here's the thing. That's a stupid name. It's a stupid name.
At first, I was thinking wimp, and then you're like, it was like on a whim. And I was like, so now how you slice it? They're just not giving this kid a chance.
Now I hate this name. Like, yeah.
And you got to talk about this dad, because he's responsible. He picked the name. I mean, the mom's not around. She died. So
we don't know if she was
on
involved in naming him.
He's the only. He could have changed it. She's not around anymore.
Changed it. She will know.
If it was that bad, you take your kid into the office and you say,
"Hey,
we got to change his name.
Give me that paper back."
She didn't know what she was thinking. So I'm holding him personally responsible for this name.
Dad, jerk. Why would you name your kid Wim? Just name him Sue at that point. So I don't know what jokes I'm allowed to make.
When you said it lined up. It lined up perfectly. You were like, this is like the stereotypical like 90s white dad. That's what he was like.
But there's something wrong with that picture is that
he's not white.
Here's what cracked me up.
And he's got the glasses and everything.
Big old
big glasses.
He looks like Urkel came out.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, I was dying. So the thing that cracked me up so much, because every time he talked, he was just very like overly enunciated.
Yes.
And he reminded me of Dave Chappelle making fun of white people. Like that voice that he used.
Yeah.
So I was just cracking up the whole time. I couldn't take it seriously just because it was so inauthentic sounding.
Right.
Every time he's like, well, Wim, you need to do your homework. And I was like, who talks like this? And so it was so funny. And then Wim disappears when he's supposed to be studying. And so the dad goes out looking for him. He's like, Wim, where are you?
Wim, come home.
Come home, Wim. You're supposed to study for your test tomorrow. I convinced them that you need to take it and pass. Wim, please. It was, oh man, I was dying.
I have to go back to work now, Wim.
Yeah. And that was the thing. He's such a jerk too, because the kid's like, can you read me a story like Mom used to? He's like, I have to work, Wim. And then he just walks out of the room. I was like, good God, you just be like, could give him like 2 minutes to read a story.
Like, thank you. Come on.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, Wim, not tonight. I would, but I don't love you anymore. It was just, oh my gosh, it was so. Oh,
You left the garage open.
again.
Now I have to call the exterminator, Wim, for the
probably-
second time this month. Oh boy.
Oh my gosh.
I was dying. I was laughing so hard.
But that was the only thing that
This is like he's not exaggerating. You're doing his voice
it was
almost verbatim.
It was just like that too.
and his dialogue is all we're just repeating actual lines.
Yeah, those are real lines.
Like 90% of that was all actual things that he
I
said in
had
the
to
show.
leave work for your detention. I had to convince them to let you take this test again, otherwise you will fail. I am very disappointed, Wim. It was just.
I hope you're studying, Wim.
I hope you're happy. Oh my gosh. And the reason we're stuck on this for so long, it's the most entertaining part of the show, was just making fun of this guy. Because he was didn't feel like authentic at all.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen him in something else, and he wasn't bad. So it's just the script. It's like every time he had to say something, I was like, "Who wrote this?"
Because he doesn't have any moments that make you connect with him or like him at all.
Yeah,
he's just a jerk
jerk.
dad.
Yeah,